Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're talking about junior clubs and we're talking about the Masters. Did you see the Masters? It was pretty awesome. Jon Rahm won his first Masters. Is that his first? It was his third major, right? Either way, we had company over and so I missed the end, but it was pretty exciting. The parts I watched Jon Rahm right at that moment where he passes Brooks Koepka. It was pretty exciting. All right, so we'll talk about that here in the fantasy golf section, but right now I want to talk about junior clubs. What do you think of this is to me where the adjustable hosels really shine for fitting juniors. So when I first got my boy into golf, he saw me golfing. He's like, I want golf clubs. And so one day I was in an Atlanta Goodwill. I think it was in the Decatur area, or it might have been the Tucker area. Either way, I found a bag of these J-Speed, Cobra J-Speed Junior Clubs. Bag, sandwich, 7, hybrid, 3-wood, and this. And it was like $12.99 or something. It was less than 20 bucks. It might have been 20 bucks. Either way, I just bought it. And I was like, cool. And so we had a set. He's taken these to the range. He loves them. I don't know if he's made a video about these. But cool, we have a junior set. And then I go and I shop for more. I found a Ping Moxie. I thought, oh, maybe it'll be a backup, and it turned out his friends use them. And then I bought another Moxie. I found one of these in a Goodwill in Atlanta. Awesome, sweet. But before he actually ever played either of these Moxies, I bought him an XR16 13.5 degree with an A-Flex shaft. And you can find A-Flex shaft drivers for not that much. At least you could when I bought this. Was it 2017, 2018? Must have been it could have been even, yeah, I think it was 2018. And then A-Flex shaft isn't that much more. Here, let me compare. So this is the Cobra. Soft, it says right here, soft flex for juniors. Yeah, this is more flexible than the A-Flex, okay? But the Moxie, this is a pretty stiff, this is stiffer than the Cobra. And the A-Flex is pretty comparable to the Ping. All right, so it's pretty comparable. So A-Flex, Light Flex, and I cut it down to his size, and I put on a junior grip. This one has a rattle. Oh, it's the OptiFit that rattles. Anyway, so this is his driver now, and he loves it. You can see the ball marks up here. He totally sky marks them. He'll shank them. He hosel shank them, and he'll toe shank them. Either way, he loves this club head. I actually bought him another one. I think he's made a video about this one, but he calls this one the shiny one because it's shiny on the head, and then he calls this one, I think he calls this one the decoration one because there were these lines up here in this texture, so it's decorated up here. Gosh. And so I'm excited about this because I think this for a junior is wonderful because it can grow with him. So it's something he's familiar with, something he likes, and I can just, buy another A-Flex shaft, cut it an inch longer or 2 inches, whatever. He's growing like a weed, and then he'll grow, and then he'll just have his same driver until he wants a new one. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's really going to work, but he can hit this. I think his record right now is 130 yards with this thing. His buddy, who's the same age as him almost, it's 150. So, but using the same club. So I don't know. He's not playing competitive golf right now. I just want to keep him interested, and this head's big enough. He has so much confidence with it. It looks pretty funny though, because with this short shaft, this head looks enormous. So pretty cool. Let me know your thoughts. And any recommendations? Do you go with a Light Flex shaft? A-Flex, this just happens to be A-Flex because I found a good deal on it. So anyway, excited to read your comments about junior clubs and growing with your kids. As far as the irons go, I imagine you just have to buy a new set of irons. But man, I really love these adjustable hosels. This, by the way, is an XR16 13.5 degree. This is a Callaway Big Bertha APW, adjustable perimeter weighting, whatever, 13.5 degrees. I think this is a 2014 model. Yeah. Anyway, he likes it. He hits both of them well. So excited to read your comments. Now let's talk about fantasy golf. So I'm going to start by showing the leaderboard here. This is who won the Masters in our fantasy league. Good job, everybody. Masters victors right here, top 10. And we'll do the weekly and the season leaders. So I think I took 8th place. So it was fun to watch. Let me know your favorite memory of the Masters. For me, I'll just talk about some memories that I have. Number one, I watched Brooks dominate those first couple of days. I watched on ESPN Plus. That was just the easiest way for me to watch. And masters.com. I wish the masters.com website, if you run the masters.com website, if you're a software developer, can you put a Chrome, like an Apple Play, or like play on your TV so I can play to my TV? Because there was no way for me to get it from my phone or my laptop onto my TV. Like YouTube, you can just click the play on your TV, Chromecast, whatever, and then I can play it on my TV. But the Masters website didn't have anything like that. Maybe I missed it. If you know how to do that, in the comments below. But if they don't have it, please, next year, can you add that feature? Software developers, please. They're not going to watch this video. If you know somebody, will you relay that message to somebody at the Masters? I don't know if anybody has connections who will watch this video. Either way, that was one thing I noticed. The other thing, so Brooks dominated those first couple of days, and then when it started raining, I remember, I think it was a Saturday morning. Was it Friday? It must have been Saturday morning. So I get on my phone, and I'm like, oh, the Masters, what's going on? And so I go to my weather app, and it's like 44 or 45 degrees. I forget which one it was. It was like in the 40s. And I was like, huh, just a normal Wisconsin day. And I looked at it and I'm like, wait a second, it's not raining here. I'm like, oh, this is Augusta. And so I switched it to Waukesha, where I live in Wisconsin. And I'm like, Waukesha. I'm like, oh, it's exact, and it was exactly the same temperature. It was like 45 degrees there, 45 degrees here. And I was like, woohoo, it's like we're having Augusta, Georgia weather here in Wisconsin. And of course, I'm from Georgia, so I missed the warmth, but it was just funny. It was not because it was warm here. It was warm here and cold there, and so that's the only way they would ever. But either way, it was great to watch. Phil Mickelson was great to watch. Jordan Spieth was great to watch. I was rooting for Hovland. I really like Hovland. And I like both Brooks Koepka and Jon Rahm. It's entertaining to watch them, They're bright stars. Morikawa was fun to watch. I mean, it was just a great leaderboard. I wish Finau would do better. You might have noticed Finau, didn't do amazing, but he made the cut at least. Poor Tiger. I hope next year makes the cut and he actually does really well, and he can overcome those injuries, man. He's had it rough. All right, that's all we're talking about today. It might have been kind of a long video. I have a lot to say about different things, junior clubs, the Masters. Life is great, everybody. The weather's warming up. Hope everybody out there can get out and enjoy some golf. Huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Patreon is just general support, just $1 a month or something. You see some behind the scenes pictures and videos and updates. And you can also support this channel by visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Like, subscribe, the usual. Thanks for watching. I am The Vintage Golfer.